This is Daf Yerushalmi Shevi'is, and the article goes by the audition. We are right at the top of Daf Pei Daled Amud Aleph. Rabbi Kashisa, and in the Vilna, in Daf Chav Testament Beis, right after, not right after Mishnah, but the end of the second line of the Mishnah, Amar Rabbi Huna, Kashisi, etc. So, this is very fundamental sugya here. Shvis b'zman hazeh, the rest of the Rabban. Amar Rabbi China, Kashisa kamer Rabbi Yaakov Racha. I asked for Rabbi Yaakov Racha. Nicha command Amar Maisus midivrem. Okay, if you don't Maisus to the Rabbanim b'zman hazeh, so Shemitah is also the Rabbanim b'zman hazeh. So that's fine. So he can come like Heim Omru v'Heim Omru. He can come and remove the Rabbanans, which. Rabbanan can remove the Rabbanans. But command about Maisus Divrei Torah, but according to opinion holds that Maisus B'zman hazeh is Divrei Torah, presuming that Shemitah is also Din Torah. Feeling masking of Din Torah can kill or come make takana, which goes against the Doraisa. Rabbi Yosef said, "B'chi b'shach lo yisol bavel klum nifru el mitzvos hatluyas ba'aretz." Rabbi Yosef says, okay. Even say Shemitah's karka is the Rabbanan, but Shemitah's ksafim is the Raisa. When Amiso went to Bavel, what was they exempted from? Only from the mitzvah Louis Bar. It's only from Shemitah's karka. But Hashmek ksafim, the like Ben Bar, it's Ben B'chutzor, it's Dvar Torah. So how can he come be masking of the Dvar Torah? To go against the Raisa anyway. Chaz Rabbi Yosef came back and said, you know what? No, that's what I said is not correct. There's a lot of superfluous language here. Shamot. So the beginning of the pasuk is talking about Shmitas Karka. The end of the pasuk is talking about Shmitas Ksafim. There's a way to learn it. When Shmita is the Raisa on the land, Hashmek Safim Noi Ben Baretz Melchutzar Tzvar Torah. And Shmata Slavim is the Raisa as well, both in Eretz Yisrael and Chutzlaretz. Shmita is Mivreim, and Shmita on the land is Midrabaran. Hashmek Slavim Noi Ben Baretz Melchutzar, but Midivreim. The Shmita Slavim is also Midrabaran. Okay, so the assumption till now is that only Shmita is the Rabbanan. Can Hillel then remove it, the Shmata Slavim via a prusbul? Commonly, in Bavel they say, I feel command the Mar Maisris, Torah, even the Buchos and Maiser Bisman Azeh is Torah, Moide with Shmitas Ksafim, Shemidivreim. He's Moide by Shmitas Ksafim, that it's the Rabbanan. Shmitas Ksafim Lav Dafka, Shemitah in general. Maisris can be different than Shemitah. They're not necessarily the same parameters. How so? You can hold that Maisris are they were chayav because the kedusha shnia was a valid kedusha when Ezra entered Ezra Nehemiah came back to Eretz Yisrael. So therefore, that kedusha brought back Maisus Doraisa in the area which only Bavel conquered. But nevertheless, Shevi'is is not, because Shevi'is, as we're about to see, according to this sugya, is totally in Yovel. Okay, so the time we learned Zedvar Shemitah Shamot, and now we're learning it differently than the previous Torah. Rabbi Omer Shnei Shemitah Me'olama. Why does it say Shemitah twice? Echad Shemitah v'Echad Yovel. Once for Shemitah, once for Yovel, because Yovel has the same parameters as Shemitah. But it's more than that. When Yovel is in effect, Shemitah noheges Torah. Then Shemitah is effect also Torah. Paske Yovel, if Yovel cease, so then Shemitah legacy Ram, Shemitah is only the Rabbanim. Amos said, Pascal Yavos. When did the Yavos stop? Tanya, we learned. Across him, you call a freedom for 50 in the Jubilee year, the Yovel, for all its inhabitants. The Bismach Koyo Shver or when all of its inhabitants are upon it, not when its inhabitants have been exiled from it. But that's not enough. How you allow if all the people who were supposed to live in all the people lived in Eretz Yisrael, And there's a Rabbeinu Chananel, I forget where it is offhand. Sitzlias brings down Chelik Yud that the Kol Yoshvei is defined as 600,000 Shishim Ribo. So that doesn't mean all Jews. It means the whole tzibur of Jews, which is 600,000. So but that's enough for other derisas. For Jews and mice, it's enough. But to make them derisa, but not for Yovel, because, and therefore not for Shemitah. Let's say they're all 600,000 Jews living in the land of Israel, but they were mixed up. The Shvatim were not distinct. Shevet Yehuda, Shevet Binyamin, Shevet Binyamin, Yehuda, they're mixed up. Yehuda Binyamin, Binyamin Yehuda, Yochel, Kol Yovel, etc. Yochel Yovel, no Nahagim. Could the Yovel be in effect? No. Tamalomar Yoshveha. It says Yoshveha, meaning it's settled properly, as it was determined at the times of Yeshua. So Eva Yardin Minayim. So how do we know that even Eva Yarden, the two national Eva Yarden, has to be in their place for be able to be the Raisa? Tamalama L'chol Yoshveh. It says L'chol Yoshveh, so therefore it includes all of them, including ones Eva Yarden. Nim Tzeitz Omer, so it comes out, Kevin Chagol Sheva Reuven Begad Chatzi Sheva Menashe, but Lu Yovelos, which is sometimes middle by its Rishon. At that time, the Yovel was no longer in effect. So the Shulchan Aruch paskins that Shemitah is Ein Shemitah Tzavim Noeges Me'atorah was Macho Yovel Noeg. But the Versayim Shadei Shemitah Tzavim Noeges V'nan Hazeh B'chol Makom. There is a whole question about however, according to the Rambam, and there's a Beis HaLevi, and what's proved that according to the Rambam, Shemitah is the Oraisa. And many of those who opposed the Heter Mechira at the time, including the Beis HaLevi, were because they held that maybe Heter Mechira could work in Shemitah's Rabbanan, but if the Shita Saram is the Oraisa, so then the Heter Mechira is not going to work. But this is in Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch says clearly that Shemitah is Shemitah is only at the time of, actually, this one doesn't say explicitly. It says, Ain't Shemitah Tzafim, has the Torah's match, no, but I think the Shulchan is going to Shemitah as well. And the Rambam brings down that there is no Yovel since the time of Begad Reuven. But again, you don't learn necessarily like the Yerushalmi that Haba HaTalya, that is one opinion, but not necessarily the only opinion which we have. Then the art scroll, the block on the bottom of Chuppah Gusas Biurim, on the bottom of Pei Daled Amud Aleph 2, brings down the whole Shakla V'Tarya, the Bachum Samaisis as well, where Ram Paskins at the time by Sheni was only the Rabbanan, and that's the Shulchan Aruch fact where the Rabbi disagrees, so it's Midoraisa, and also Bisman Azetz Doraisa, and it brings down that a whole bunch of other sources which discuss this, whether what's the Raisa and what's the Rabbanan. So if we don't pass like Rebbe, so then when he cites also Beis HaLevi, I thought it was in Chelik Aleph. It says in Chelik Gimel, Chelik Gimel Siman Aleph Beis and Gimel. Oh, okay. But anyway, that's the way he probably tries to prove what the Rambam holds, that Shemitah B'Zanah is the Raisa. Okay, says the Gemara further. So we're going back on the Mishnah which says Zel Guva Shel Pruzbul, that this is what the Pruzbul is about. Most according to the Mishnah, most of the Lechem Ish plenty Dayanim Shemakam plenty. Kolcho Sheyesh Li Shei Ben Koz Manchetzah V'Dem Chosmi Lamato Edim. That was the Mishnah. Now the Gemara says Zel Guva Shel Pruzbul. In the article in Kavanaki, there's a header here. In the Vilna, probably no header. Rabbi Chizkiya said, "Afilu nesunim baromi." Even if the loans and documents are in Rome, and you can write a principle, doesn't matter. Principle doesn't require physical possession of the star. That was the original. Before principle, Moshe Shtaroitz of the Beis Din. Principle removes that necessity, wherever the documents are, they are now as if in hands of basins collected. Above Shem Rabbanim Talmud says I bought the names of rabbis of Bavel. Shlosha Shadon, three people who made a court case. One of them died. Chosim Yashnayim, two of them signed for Omer, and they say Avo Bishol San Mishnayim Danu Bishlosha. They write that even though we signed two people, we actually the case was carried on with three. This is also the Babi and Ksubas, I think it says here. Anyway, slightly different lotion there. Our Mishnah tells us this. An interesting inference from our Mishnah. So Adim means two. So the way he's understanding it, it's not actually Adim, but means two of the three Dayanim sign. So the Gemara says, do you learn the other areas of Chesed Mishpat from Prusbul? They're not necessarily related. So the way he explains it in Kavnok is Prusbul is not a din, it's Mesiras Dvorim Ba'alma. That's how you pay Moshe. But the Lucky says maybe it's B'chal Yisur and not Mominus. So therefore, perhaps there's no way to compare the two. Ashkaktani, but they found the right said Lamadu Midas Adin Prusbul. So the way the way he's learning the way he's learning Rabbi Chagai is learning the aid when he says Adim of the Bam doesn't really mean Adim. It means two of the Basin can sign and say that we were members of the Basin in which this Prusbul was enacted. So I learned the way the Kavanaki learns it. The other Meforshim, including if you go the article and the Rash Sabilio, the other order, Rash Sabilio and the article, say it's not, the Adim doesn't refer to two Dayanim. First, the Adim, and the inference is just like over here, two witnesses can sign, Koshkein if the two of the Dayanim sign. It's a little bit of a difficult sushta, but that's the way they learn it. If two witnesses are good enough for Prusbul, so certainly two of Dayanim are good enough for Chesed Mishpat. I think it's more glad even like Kavanaki that means the two of the three Dayanim serve as Adim, that there was a din, and that works therefore in Chesed Mishpat as well. Okay, says Gemara further. Tanya, we learned Eno Karka, L'chai B'Yeshlo Karka. So the it seems one of the requirements of Prusbul is that there be karka involved, because then it says like malva amashkin, because there's karka, and that karka can be said to be govli by the malva already. So okay, what if the loivet doesn't have karka? It doesn't have actually we're going to have later on that Prusbul is only written on karka. So whether the malva doesn't have karka, l'chayav, the person to whom he is chayav, the malva yeshlo karka, kaislo Prusbul. We write Prusbul. So the hechavida. Actually, I should take that back. Chayav, give words going to give it the scenario. Let's see the scenario markers. Kaislo Prusbul. Hechavida. Reuven chayav l'Shimon. Reuven is chayav by the Shimon. But Levi chayav l'Reuven. Levi is chayav to Reuven. It's really a shibud in Rab Nosson type. Reuven is chayav to Shimon, and Levi is chayav to Reuven. Reuven ain't lo karka, but Levi yesh lo karka. Reuven doesn't have land, but Levi does have land. Kaisel Shimon al nechasim shel Levi. So we write to Shimon on the basis of nechasim shel Levi. So it's as if there is land, right? Even though it doesn't have land, since somebody's chayvlo has land, so therefore it's as if it was land. And I believe maybe it's only the Bavli, which says that it's even the Malveh, but it isn't halacha this way. It says the halacha. It says ein kos l'puzah Chesed Mishpat, ein kos l'puzah karka afilu ein la'lo v'klav v'yesh l'chayiv lo, like the Yerushalmi, or whatever the kind of Torah, or l'mish l'chayiv lo, to the person to whom he's chayiv. In other words, the Malveh. all these, any of this karka works. Oh no, no. All right, chayav lo. No, chayav lo here means somebody else to me owes money. Not sure. And anybody says here, this is theoretically the way it works. In practice we don't do it this way, but that's theoretically it's based on the having karka. And I think it's brought down in places that even people don't have, nobody has karka, rely on everybody has Da'at Amos in Eretz Yisrael, or that everybody has the Da'at Amos which they're going to be buried, and we rely on that as the karka for the purpose of Pluzbul. Okay, Halacha Gimel. Pluzbul HaMukdam, a Pluzbul which is written before a day is written before the time in which it's going to take effect, is effective because it's just to his deficit, make it earlier, because that means that Chovos written after Pluzbul are going to be Mishamek. Hamuchar Pasul, which is written late, is Pasul because if you let's see, you wrote it in Av, and you were standing in Av, you wrote in it Elul, that's Pasul. Okay, why? Why should be Pasul? Should be kosher as long as before Erev Rosh Hashanah. So I have to see in the Gemara. That's Pluzbul. Shitrei Chol by document regular loans. Shitrei Mukdam Psulim predate is Pasul. Mucharim Shein post-date is kosher. Again, the post-date is only the disadvantage of the Malveh won't be able to collect from earlier Mishubanim. Echolim Chamisha, one person borrowed money from 5 people. Kaisim Pluzbul Chol Echad Echad. Yeah, you're right. Pluzbul to each and every person. Chamisha Lovin. He has to write each every Malveh needs their own Pluzbul. Chamisha Lovin Echad, 5 borrowers from one lender. In a case of Pluzbul Echad, he only has to write one Pluzbul, and that counts for all of them. Let's just read till the end of the Mishnah. All the Mishnahs here together. Okay, so I guess we'll stop here. Almost exactly, but not quite. Okay, so we'll stop here, and we'll do the bottom pay dollar, and we'll continue with pay tomorrow. Here's the show.